year was a breakout year for him during his first season with NCFC. He had 3 goals and 3 assists at just 20 years old. Not to mention he's a familiar face to the area considering he grew up just down the road. He's young, he's hungry, he's talented, and has the potential to make a big impact this season. Finally, we welcomed MLS talent Michael Harrington back home during the offseason. Another NCAA who brought his legal North Carolina and has logged over 20,000 minutes throughout his MLS career. He'll play a key role in NCFC's back line this season. That's all for this week's Untitled Chapter report. Thanks for watching and enjoy the game.
NCFC fans, the North Carolina Football Club presents North Carolina FC versus the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Welcome to Cary, North Carolina, Salem Stadium at WakeMed Soccer Park, and happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm Kelly Glendinning, joined today by James Alverson and Jason Gary to bring you a historic match live on Fox 50 and YouTube as North Carolina FC hosts the Tampa Bay Rowdies in their first game as part of the United Soccer League. Following the 2017 season, North Carolina FC joined the USL in November and will reunite with a familiar foe, a team with which they've met many times before. NCFC will be facing the Rowdies to kick off 2018, so let's get started with a rundown of who you should keep your eyes on in today's match. First for Tampa Bay, we'll take a look at Marcel Shaffer. The German midfielder joined the Rowdies ahead of the 2017 season and led the club with 11 assists, which set a modern-era record for most assists in a single season. On top of that, he scored 7 goals, which was good enough to land him a spot on the 2017 USL All-League First Team, and earlier in his career, he played with Bundesliga's VfL Wolfsburg, so it's safe to say he has plenty of professional experience, and he has the potential to make a big impact on the field. Next, for North Carolina FC, veteran Austin Deluge will be wearing the captain's armband as he takes the field for the first time in 2018. Austin has played a total of 128 matches and over 9,000 minutes across all competitions, 14 goals, 8 assists during his professional career in North Carolina. In today's match, you'll see him play a key role in the midfield. He's naturally left-footed and a great attacking piece and defensive piece for NCFC. He'll be the one to watch. That's all from me for now, and I'll be giving you updates from the sidelines throughout today's game. Next, James and Jason will bring you starting lineups, and then it's time for kickoff live from Salem Stadium at WakeMed Soccer Park after the break.
In soccer, every second is monumental. Every moment of the 90 minutes is backed up by months of training, hours of perfecting passes, weeks of tuning your touch. You put in the time searching for your next advantage. We provide the gear that helps you earn it.
My name is Clint Dempsey, and I play for Seattle Sounders. If you played on a club team, it gave you an opportunity to get a scholarship in soccer. So going to Dallas, so we lived in Nacogdoches. I went for my first tryout, not really thinking I was going to make it, and ended up making the team. And then it was the reality set in. My parents were like, how are we going to afford this? How are we going to be able to drive 3 hours one way and 3 hours back? I was just lucky that I had parents who were crazy enough to drive me that far to get that coaching. See more at celebratingsoccer.com.
Disaster can strike at any moment. But fortunately, Strategic Systems has got your back. If your data has been compromised, disaster recovery services from Strategic Systems will have you up and running in no time. Your data is critical. protected.
And how found North Carolina FC.
Welcome back inside Salem Stadium at Wake Med Soccer Park, home of the North Carolina FC, as they open up their USL season here today against the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Welcome in to Cary, North Carolina. I'm James Alverson alongside my partner Jason Gary today. Out with the old, in with the new. It's a rival season as North Carolina FC has arrived at opening day as they take on Tampa Bay. And Jason, let's take a look at those starting lineups so we can get right to the kickoff. And you take a look at North Carolina FC, a lot of new faces, only 8 returners on this roster this year. Alex Tambakis in goal for North Carolina FC today, and of course, Austin Deluge, the captain. He's the mainstay up there on the left side.
Yeah, and it strikes me on the back four, 3 out of the 4 players on this back four are new players to North Carolina FC. Big challenge for them tonight, playing against an experienced team in Tampa Bay to really keep that ball in the back of their net.
Excited to see Stephen Miller up there on the right side, along with Kyle Becker in the middle at midfield. For Tampa, you look at Georgi Ristoff up top. He's a dangerous goal scorer. And then, of course, everybody knows that name, number 26 back there, Joe Cole. You might recognize him from Chelsea or the English national team. So pretty good. And he
played in a couple World Cups. So exciting.
They've got some firepower for sure. And you take a look now on the sideline. Stuart Campbell, 2.5 years now as the head coach of the Tampa Bay Rowdies, as you see him getting ready to start the season. On the other side, it will be Colin Clark for North Carolina FC. And last year, Tampa Bay finished 3rd in the Eastern Conference of the USL. And of course, Tampa not falling out in the Eastern Conference semifinals to New York Red Bulls 2. They lost the 1-1 regulation and then 2-1 in penalty kicks. And there you get a look at Colin Clark, 7th year on the sidelines for North Carolina FC, and a lot of new faces for Colin Clark and the coaching staff to work with this year, and we're excited to get it underway for you here today at Salem Stadium at Wake Med Soccer Park. James Alverson, Jason Gary, you'll hear from Kelly Glendenning, who had the open just a little bit earlier. Kyle Lang and our great crew in the truck today. We really appreciate all their hard work as we get underway for the start of the season, and we are ready to go here. USL 2018. Sit back and enjoy this one from Salem Stadium and Wake Med Soccer Park as we are underway. Long ball played forward, and at the back, Douye is going to head it forward for North Carolina FC, controlled by Tampa. Glad to have you here on Fox 50 today. Exciting to be opening up on Fox 50. I know, Jason, you're excited to see what will happen here today.
Yeah, it's just the beginning of the season. Both these coaches and these teams, they're really not sure what to expect from this opening game. Everything kind of looks good on paper for both of these teams, but until you get out there and start knocking the ball around the field, you really don't know what's going to happen. So interesting. Stuart Campbell's a little peeved that they have to open the season on the road at North Carolina FC here.
It definitely makes things difficult for sure, as you see. Great chase there by Leo Fernandez for Tampa, and North Carolina FC will take control really for the first time here today and try to get some possession here and get comfortable on the ball as Pivo Douye plays one forward. And a quick run looking to get it to Kyle Becker, and instead running onto it is Marios Lomas, and getting his first touches on the ball this year as he'll drop it back into the midfield and to Michael Harrington.
Yeah, we mentioned the guys in the back. 3 out of 4 players starting back there are new to the team, but also in the attack, you lose Nazmi Al-Badawi, who's the captain of this team, really the engine that did everything attack-wise, and you got new forwards on this team. So really, just going to see how this team kind of meshes together. You had a little bit of preseason time, but until you get down to the games that really count, you don't really know how it's going to work out.
Graham Smith taken down and dispossessed there in the midfield, and it'll be Nanchoff bringing it back the other way for the Rowdies. Nanchoff looking to switch the play to the left side, looking for Fernandez. Check that's Shaffer over there on the left side. And he'll drop it back in the midfield for Blake. Tampa Bay is in their gold and green uniforms. North Carolina FC in their home navy blues with the white shorts. So at the back, Gorski knocking it over to Collins, and now all the way over for Portillos.
And you can see the shape here from North Carolina FC. Playing that 4-3-3 formation, but really defensively, it always looks like a 4-5-1. You got the one forward up there. Lomas is going to be chasing, but everyone else is going to settle into that defensive posture.
Najum bringing it down on the sideline right in front of the North Carolina FC bench and maintaining possession there for Tampa Bay. As now they'll play a long cross that's going to be swallowed up by Alex Tambakis. And easy play for the keeper there to start things off as we are in minute 3.
And you see here Tampa Bay committed to high press and not let North Carolina FC build the ball out of their own back. And really Tampa Bay starting off strong on the front foot, keeping possession, putting some pressure on this North Carolina FC team.
So DJ Taylor getting a touch there for North Carolina FC at the back, and now they'll roll it forward for Kyle Becker, former Canadian national team member. He'll be a solid addition here for North Carolina FC, coming in from the San Francisco Deltas, who were the champions of the NASL last year. And Becker looks to make some big strides here for North Carolina FC this year in the midfield.
Yeah, and he's really going to be asked to, I don't know if you can replace Nazmi Al-Badawi, but he's going to be playing that role as the number 10, trying to create from the midfield, playing that withdrawn striker type role.
This is Taylor into the edge of the box, and it's going to be a free kick one for North Carolina FC as Dre Fortune doing some good work there, drawing that free kick as we get another good look at it.
Yeah, well done here. Good give and go here, Taylor. I think Fortune, he's looked at taking him on. Good feet there from Dre Fortune. And Kyle Becker, I've seen him hit plenty of free kicks into the upper 90 here. This is a really dangerous position for Tampa Bay to be in. Kyle Becker standing over the ball there, Dre Fortune. But Becker can put it wherever he wants.
This North Carolina FC free kick is brought to you by Alpaca Peruvian Charcoal Chicken, and we'll see who's going to take it as we are in minute number 5 here from Salem Stadium at Wake Med Soccer Park. Beautiful day, beautiful pitch. As the grass came in nicely, they'll start quick. Becker is going to try to chip one to the edge of the 6, headed back off the post. I believe it was Deluge that got a head on it and knocked it off the left post. It goes out for a goal kick, but a wonderful opportunity for North Carolina FC here in the early going.
Sure was. Look at this ball at the back post. Austin Deluge with the header off the post. And then it looked like Lomas there had an opportunity to get a rebound, but a really well-worked free kick there from Becker. And Austin Deluge, he'd want to have that one back. He just couldn't quite get it across the frame.
And Becker would just chip that ball right to the back post, and Deluge, I mean, this is opening day. It's not like you've had a lot of time to work together to know where everybody's going to be, but Becker put that one in a great spot, and Deluge is going to want that one back at the end of the day. But maybe not if they can get another goal or two.
That's right. That's definitely a training ground. That wasn't just on accident. They've set that one up and knew if the ball was in that type of position, that's what they were going to do. Great ball from Becker.
So it'll be another free kick for North Carolina FC as they win the foul, and Footy Danso will put it back into play. Fans probably recognize him from about 2 years ago. He's been playing in Malaysia the last 2 years. So Kyle Becker driving one, skipping low across the box, and it got through everybody and out. Just could not get a foot on it. And a wonderful opportunity there for Becker. Looked like Lomas trying to get a foot on it, just skipped right over the top.
Yeah, this is excellent work from Kyle Becker here. Looks, he cuts inside, got that ball on the right foot, and he's just putting this in a dangerous area. And Lomas just misses the tap in there. If he gets anything on that ball, it's in the back of the net because the goalkeeper is going towards the far post. But good early signs from Kyle Becker. 2 good chances here in the last couple minutes.
Have to like what you've seen from North Carolina FC here in the last 2 or 3 minutes here on the attack. And now it's Joe Cole, the English national. Of course, you probably recognize him from his days at Chelsea in the Premier League. A little bit different role, but still captain today for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, and I think Coach Stuart Campbell is just giving him the freedom to go wherever he wants on the field. Anywhere in the midfield, he'll pop up on the left, on the right, in a deeper role and sometimes more attacking.
Nazem dispossessed on this near sideline, but he manages to win it back for the Rowdies. And he'll drop it back into the midfield for Jack Blake. all the way over for Portillos. And now, good battle in the middle of the park there as Graham Smith pokes it away, but it is, of course, Portillos getting back on it again, and that ball deflected out for a throw-in for the Rowdies. 8th minute of play, and they'll drop it all the way back to Neil Collins from Troon, Scotland, and he'll roll it all the way over to Hunter Gorski. Trying to get on that left side, and a little bit too strong, a little too much mustard on that one as it goes out for a North Carolina FC throw-in.
Yeah, just the early signs defensively for North Carolina FC. They're really well organized. They've got their lines straight, no free runners. Harrington and Danzo in the back are doing a good job getting people organized in front of them. It's a team that didn't give up. They went not giving up a goal in the last 3 games of preseason. They're in a really good form defensively, even with all these newcomers.
That's a good sign in the early going. Michael Harrington touching it. He's a newcomer for North Carolina FC, but not really new. He's kind of from the local area, Jason.
Yeah, and he's a huge pickup for them. 10 or 11-year veteran in MLS. Had a great career in MLS. He's going to bring some much-needed experience. Both him and Danzo's just tons of experience back here, confidence on the ball.
Yeah, Danzo's been playing over in Malaysia for 2 years after joining North Carolina FC for the 2015 campaign. But back with the club now. And nice 1-2 play there on the right side to get free, but ball a little bit wasted there by Stephen Miller as he manages to win it back, and he's going to get the cross through, but nobody home as that one trickles through the 18. And Tampa Bay with a chance to run it out here. Nice play there from Fibo Douye. He wins the throw-in for North Carolina FC. Graham Smith, you see him running there in the middle of the park, dropping the ball back into the defense. But I know Colin Clark real high on him in the early going. He was one of those invite-only combine signings, and they've really liked what they've seen out of that young man so far this year.
Yeah, it's a great story. He's got Marcel Canziora on this roster who can really bring a ton of experience there in that deep-lying midfield role.
Here's Danzo. Drops it up to Deluge, flicked it forward to Lomas, and he gave it away as Tampa Bay will just clear their lines.
Yeah, Lomas wanted a foul there. The defender got in his back a little bit, made it difficult on him.
Danzo will look to roll it forward, chipped onto the far side there by DJ Taylor. And some work going on, trying to exploit this Tampa Bay defense. Douye had it blocked, comes right back to him, and Deluge will collect it. So a long ball as the Rowdies just clear the lines again, and Harrington will run back to get it for North Carolina FC as we're here in minute number 10. Great opportunity to remind you about next Saturday, the North Carolina Courage open their season here at Wake Med Soccer Park as they take on the Portland Thorns, a 3:30 p.m. kickoff right here. You can get your tickets at the box office, 919-459-8144. You can go to nccourage.com. Hopefully they'll have just as good a weather as we've got here today. Beautiful day. And here's Becker. Left foot gets on it off the post. Deflected by the keeper. Lomas chipped it in right over the top of him off the rebound, but the flag is up, and it's offsides.
Oh, it's a difficult one. Kyle Becker, what a strike from him. And Lomas, I think, did just drift into an offside position. Well finishing it. Look at this little turn from Becker. Strikes that ball. Good save in the end by the keeper. Got a touch on it. They called Lomas offside on the rebound. Really good attacking play for North Carolina FC. I think Marcel, the goalkeeper, I think he got a hand on that to put it onto the post.
He definitely got at least the fingertips on it to knock it away. Otherwise, Becker had found the bottom right of that frame. And he has looked the most dangerous player so far for North Carolina FC. I know one of the things that you were kind of wondering about coming in this year, Jason, is where are the goals going to come from on this roster? Well, Kyle Becker might be the answer.
Yeah, he really might be. It's a difficult position the way they play with one striker, so it's difficult for the striker to get a ton of goals, but he's got to do a good job holding the ball up. But Becker and those outside forwards, those are the guys that are going to get the goals, I think. But if you can get a guy like Lomas or Daniel Rios, who's on the bench tonight, if you can get that guy to get 8, 9, 10, 12 goals, this team will be in the playoffs.
Yeah, Daniel Rios is a guy that you want to watch out for. He's on loan from Chivas Guadalajara. Has had a lot of success down in the Mexican League. And I think he could play a huge role here. He's only been with the team about 10 or 11 days, so that's why he's sitting on the bench right now in favor of Lomas, who's been pretty good too in the early season camp for North Carolina FC.
Yeah, I think I'd be shocked if we don't see him at some point in the later stages of this game, depending on how things go.
So Nazem on this near side playing catch with Hunter Gorski. And Gorski out of New York City will roll it up this near sideline as he gets it up to Nanshaw. Into the box, Danso going to play it out of the back right now. And nice footwork there from Footy as he does clear the lines and reset things for Carolina. Minute 13 just elapsed. You see the Oak City supporters and Triangle Soccer fanatics all in attendance here today. Great crowd in the early season here for North Carolina FC. Opening day. A lot of excitement around the team this year as they start their USL campaign. As Becker taken down, and it'll be another free kick for North Carolina FC, brought to you by Alpaca Peruvian Charcoal Chicken.
And that chicken sounds good, doesn't it?
It does, man. You get some of that charcoal, and it's a great day to have the charcoal grill fired up, by the way. About 68 degrees or so at kick. Just a perfect day. A little breeze blowing. Get some of that charcoal smoke into your lungs, right?
Stuff.
We had the grill fired up last night at my house. I don't know about you. Becker will chip it forward to Lomas, who gives it right back to him, and we've got offside again against Lomas as it just trickled behind the final defender.
Yeah, he's just got to do a better job of watching that line.
Select is the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit www.selectsportamerica.com. Receive free shipping on orders over $50. Great to be a part of the new look USL. A lot of new teams, especially in the Eastern Conference. As North Carolina FC doing some good work to win the ball back there in the middle of the park. And Becker just had it trickle behind his feet and got it stuck on his back heel. And Tampa Bay will take over in the midfield. Nanshaw dropping all the way back, trying to get engaged. Tampa running that 4-3-3 right now. And a lot of those guys from up top just haven't touched the ball so far, Jason.
Yeah, absolutely.
Long ball looking for Fernandez, trying to get on the end of it, but Danso does a nice job to block it away for a throw.
I was just about to say, but we haven't seen Fernandez or Ristoff or Nanshaw at all, and then finally Tampa Bay finds a longer ball over the back line there. But really, yeah, we haven't seen Ristoff, who's the guy that's going to score a bunch of goals for them. He's been a double-digit scorer pretty much every year he's been in this league. He hasn't touched it yet.
He's in that center forward spot, and he's sandwiched in between Michael Harrington and Footy Danso right now, and they're doing a nice job working together. You see Deluge giving chase on this near side, plays it forward. Douye trying to get on the end of it, but it will be tracked down by Nasham for the Rowdies. All the way into the corner. Great battle there by Douye. And it's going to be a throw-in one for North Carolina FC.
Yeah, great effort by both of those players. Austin Deluge initially, and Pipo Douye just chasing it down, trying to make things difficult for the back line of the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Want to throw it deep in their back.
Now Douye will throw it in, gets it into Dre Fortune. North Carolina FC product.
That was a Meg there too. He was pretty excited about it. The fans appreciated it.
Graham Smith with a nice touch to hold off the defender there. And now Carolina will try that right side. Trying to work it towards Becker. It's headed down by Collins. And here come the Rowdies forward. Fernandez on the move, and he is taken down by Footy Danso. And that's going to be a free kick for the Rowdies and a card.
I think it's a little harsher. I just think Footy Danso bodies him up, but shoulder to shoulder, and Fernandez goes down really easily there.
So Danso.
Yeah, for me, it's not even a foul, much less a yellow card.
Danso getting that yellow card in the 17th minute of play. He was kind of in a position of the last defender back there. I mean, I guess that's really the only argument you can make.
You can see Austin Deluge over there having a conversation with the referee as the captain today.
And congratulations to Austin on being named the captain. Co-captains with Connor Tobin, who's on the bench today injured. Just not quite 100%, but they are co-captains. Austin will wear the armband on the pitch, and Tobin will help him in the locker room with some of the captain's duties. Free kick sent into the box and controlled by Tambakis, who hasn't had a whole lot of work to do, but he rises up off the line to pull it in here in minute 18. So some good battles even at the goalkeeper spot as Tambakis going to be in a nice goalkeeper battle with Austin Guerrero. I know Colin Clark told us really neither one of them at this point the true #1, so could see a little bit of a goalkeeper battle this year too.
Yeah, I think so. They've had those in the past. We had Brian Sylvester and Akira Fitzgerald, and both guys could start, both guys could play. So we'll just have to see how the season goes and what decisions the coaching staff makes here on the goalkeepers.
Fortune finds Becker. He's got some space to work, taking on a defender, slides it forward to Lomas, onside, but just a little too strong as Mizell hops up off the line and flops on it for Tampa Bay.
Becker's just doing a great job of getting in between the lines of this Tampa Bay Rowdies back line and their midfielders. He's just popping up in those little spaces, making himself available, close there, almost linked up with Marios Lomas there.
Tell you, you like to see it so far, the way North Carolina FC's been out on the attack here early at home.
And Coach Colin Clark said that this team's a team of workers as well. These guys will work hard all over the field. Not a ton of ego out there. They're all going to work hard defensively.
So Tampa with another free kick. This one will come about the midfield stripe. And they'll drop it over. Try to test out this right side. And knocked away by the guys in the blue shirts. And it'll be Harrington to track it down in the near side corner. He'll just play a long ball up to Deluge, who chests it nicely to Becker. And now Lomas chips it over to Fortune. Nice play from North Carolina FC to maintain that possession. And here they come up from the back. It's DJ Taylor. Taylor on that right side. Gets the ball back. He's going to work down the sideline, trying to look for a cross. Steps over, and now he'll drop back into a little bit more defensive posture. Cross played forward and knocked out by Collins, and the Rowdies will get their possession back. So if you got what it takes to beat the experts on USLsoccer.com, show off your knowledge of the league by picking the right results in the USL matchup each week of the season. Couple of games already last night in the league. Rio Grande Valley and St. Louis to a 1-1 draw, and Seattle Sounders 2, Portland Timbers 2, and that nice Pacific derby up there. 2-1, Sounders get the win in the league. And one other game so far this afternoon, New York Red Bulls 2, 2-1 winners over Toronto FC 2. So a couple of those MLS developmental teams getting some work in early so far today. And here's Joe Cole on the ball for the Rowdies in minute 21. Scoreless from Wake Med Soccer Park.
Yeah, you mentioned, James, those MLS 2 teams playing in this league. Coach Campbell brought up a good point. You just never really know what you're going to get. You can get a bunch of 16 or 17-year-old kids out there playing, or you can get basically the 5 or 6 subs off the first team that are trying to get a run out. So really interesting how this league is shaping up this year.
Played forward. Becker chipped it to Deluge. And back it goes for Douye. Becker trying to head it forward for Lomas. He's challenged there in the midfield. The Rowdies win it back. And now Deluge a little too heavy on the chip, just over the top of Graham Smith, who manages to win the ball back. And here's Becker on it right at midfield. They'll switch the play over to the right side. DJ Taylor going to work. He'll push it forward for Stephen Miller. Miller, you like to see him in that attacking midfield role where North Carolina FC's offense at the last part of the season, as Lomas just a little heavy touch there, and the keeper able to follow on it as Mizell picks it up. But you like to see Stephen Miller in that attacking role up there on the wing. North Carolina FC's offense really took off when he moved from right back up to the right midfield on the wing. Really got into a better attacking formation with him in that spot last year, Jason.
Yeah, it sure was, and he was able to get on the end of some crosses, scored some goals as well. We'll see early in this game, we're seeing a lot more of DJ Taylor as the right back doing the overlap and getting around Stephen Miller and almost being the most forward-looking player over there on the right side.
Now Becker He's got Deluge to his left. He'll drop it to him. Overlapping is Douillet. As Deluge and Becker go to work on this left side. Into the middle for Graham Smith. And back over for Taylor. Now back to Smith, and Danso on it right at midfield.
And this is good from North Carolina FC, though, not forcing the ball. And when there's nothing there, just keeping possession, working it from side to side.
Danso just signed this week with the club. And in the starting 11 already is a giveaway there by North Carolina FC, and they'll need to get back defensively here as here's Fernandez on it. He's got room to work right under the edge of the 18. Fernandez, left foot, right side of the net, and the Rowdies take the early 1-0 lead. Goal in the 23rd minute by Leo Fernandez, the Brazilian. And he's on the tally sheet, and he gives the Rowdies a 1-0 edge.
Yeah, that's the first we've seen of Fernandez. Is a really good finish in the end. I thought that Harrington had taken a really great line here. You see Michael Harrington here tracking back, looking over his shoulder. It's pretty far out there. Puts it into the corner, but a few questions there of Tambakis there on the angle he took. Should really get a hand on that thing. Wasn't hit with a great deal of power. Good placement, but not a lot of power on that. But Tampa Bay, Tambakis there, I think he's a little disappointed with himself on the angle he took. Credit to Fernandez there.
Just slipped it right under the keeper, right to the back far side post for him. And Fernandez did a nice job with that left foot there. And now North Carolina FC will have to regroup after having a lot of the momentum early. But a nice counter attack there from Tampa Bay puts them up 1-0.
Yeah, it was really out of nothing, wasn't it, James? A turnover, bad pass in the midfield. All of a sudden, Fernandez is streaking through on the goal. Really plays into Tampa Bay, though. Now they can kind of do the same thing. They can sit back a little bit, try to catch on the counter, being up a goal here on the road. Pretty much a dream start, first 25 minutes to get a goal on the road.
Yeah, you see Tampa Bay in that 4-3-3 formation, and really they can shift a little bit. Drop maybe one of those forwards back into the midfield, try to keep some guys behind the ball now.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to switch from that 4-3-3 to a 4-5-1 and just make it difficult for North Carolina FC.
We already saw Nanshoff and Fernandez kind of drop back a little bit further earlier and try to get the ball a little bit for Tampa Bay as that ball flies out quickly off Douillet's foot, and it'll be a throw for the Rowdies.
Making sure everyone in the stands over here are paying attention.
You got to be awake early in the season, mid-season form. Saw a guy pop up, get the right hand on it, paw it up into the stands. He's in mid-season form already. What you like to see here in the early going. It'll be DJ Taylor trying to work with Stephen Miller up that side. No foul given as Graham Smith will switch the play over to Douillet on this left side. The Deluge tried to flick it, gets it off of defender and out for a throw-in as Nasham had that one tag off of his legs. Quickly back into play for North Carolina FC as Dre Fortune will roll it up for Miller on the right side. Miller taking on a defender. Fernandez doing a nice job backing him down there as Fortune gives it up to Graham Smith. Smith out of South Florida is on his first professional contract, as we told you about. A lot of new faces for this North Carolina FC squad. It's Austin Deluge, one of the 8 returners. Now Harrington will switch the play over to Danso. Flipped up, Lomas stayed on sides, can't get a foot on it as Marcel came sliding in. And nice play there from Marcel. Tough fall there for Lomas as we get another look at it.
Yeah, it's a great ball, and I thought he could get a touch right here, but just not quite there. Marcel's been excellent for me in the Tampa Bay goal. Coming out when he's supposed to, getting a fingertip on that Kyle Becker shot to keep it out of the back of the net.
You're going to have to see Becker get on it again here for North Carolina FC. Haven't seen him really on the ball in the last couple of minutes as Danso headed out for a throw in for the Rowdies. Taylor has that one blocked up, and now Deluge will come back to clean it up for the guys in the blue shirts, trying to play it long and out, and Ashley will go out for a throw-in for North Carolina FC. A little bit of sloppy play in the back there for the Rowdies. Takedown will bring us to another North Carolina FC free kick, brought to you by Alpaca Peruvian Charcoal Chicken. Get us a quick start here as Austin Deluge will get back on it. Sends it long, looking for Dre Fortune, streaking up from the midfield, but a little bit too strong for him on that run in minute 28.
Yeah, it's a good effort from Austin, but I think they've really got to try to find Kyle Becker again. They've gotten away from finding him in those little gaps in the midfield. A little bit of a longer balls here the last 5 or 6 minutes. I think they've got to do a better job of finding Kyle Becker's feet and allow him to create in that role.
Nasham gets on it, and they finally get Ristoff on it. He knocks one into the middle of the park, trying to work with Nanshoff, and North Carolina FC with the takeaway. As here comes, I believe that's DJ Taylor. Giveaway in the middle of the park by Kyle Becker. And he's just going to come in, cynically take down Fernandez, who went down easy again. He may get a card. There was more in that than there was in the Danso challenge, for sure.
Absolutely.
As you see him, just a nice takedown.
Yeah, Kyle Becker, he's a little frustrated there. He lost the ball and committed the foul. Getting a little warning here from the referee.
Hear exclusive stories directly from the USL players and USL.com's From the Pitch, with written and video content that provides unfiltered access and a first-person look into the professional games and players' everyday lives. Great opportunities to connect with all the teams and the fans from USL at USLsoccer.com. As Nanshoff will drop it. Deflected, I believe.
It's out of the stadium.
Well, they said that was just mishit. I thought maybe Deluge got a foot on it, but I don't think so. Actually, that was Smith maybe that I thought got a foot on it, but instead they're going to say that was just a very poorly hit ball as it goes out for a goal kick.
Shaffer just wanted to see if he could clear it out of the stadium. I think that was the goal there.
Mission accomplished. Nanshoff heading it forward. Good battle there. Joe Cole. And a long ball looking to get Ristoff on the end of it, and Tambakis will come off his line to pick it up for North Carolina. 30th minute, 1-0 Tampa. The goal by Leo Fernandez from Sao Paulo, Brazil in the 23rd minute. North Carolina FC fans in this opening day sitting on their hands a little bit after that goal that broke the ice on the season. Headed forward by Lomas. Becker can't get on the end of it. It drops all the way back to Mizell. Just will bang one long as Taylor heads it forward for North Carolina FC. Miller trying to get the ball one back for Carolina, and instead it'll fall to the yellow shirts as Collins works with the ball now in that Rowdies defense. James Alverson, Jason Gary, Kelly Clendenning with us as well today on the sidelines. Ball gets into the box, and a nice sliding challenge there from Smith to knock it out. And it'll be a corner kick coming up for the Rowdies.
Yeah, another really good counterattack there from Tampa Bay. Just absorbing the pressure from North Carolina FC. Here's a good opportunity to bring up some of the bigger fellows in the back. Hunter Gorski, Neil Collins is coming up from the back.
So it'll be an out-swinging corner from that far side. Nanshoff will take it with the left foot. Headed into the air by Lomas and kicked away by Fortune, as it'll be a long trek back to retrieve it for Tampa Bay. Glad to be with you today. James Alverson and Jason Gary here on Fox 50 for the opener of the USL season for North Carolina FC. Been telling you a lot about those new faces. You can get out and see them in person yourself. April 7th, the next home game against the Indy 11, a 7 p.m. kickoff. Get your tickets by calling the box office 919-459-8144 or going to northcarolinafc.com. Tambakis bangs one long for Lomas, who chests it down to Becker. Nice 1-2 work there as they try to spring Miller. He gets on the end of it. Can he pull it down and hold it up? Triple team there on the edge of the box. Miller managing to try and get some work in. And now Deluge banged around, no call, as Joe Cole will work to gain possession back here on this near side for the Rowdies.
Joe Cole just booted that one down the field when he rolled out of bounds.
Nice throw in here to Kyle Becker, and a nice sliding tackle on this near side by Gorski. Knocks it out, and we have our first corner kick for North Carolina FC. It's time for North Carolina Education Lottery Keno corner kick. Carolina Keno gives you the chance to win up to $100,000 every 5 minutes. Visit nclottery.com to find out where you can play Carolina Keno. Becker to take it, right foot here in minute 33. Sends it in low, and it is poked out as Fortune will get on the end of it here. Or actually, yeah, that is Fortune on this near sideline. He takes a man out, and it'll be a free kick for the Rowdies.
Yeah, Dre Fortune there just a little bit too nonchalant with the ball. Didn't realize two defenders were closing in. Ends up committing the foul, but a poor corner kick there from Kyle Becker. Coach Colin Clark not a happy camper on the sideline here.
Minute 34. Tampa Bay content to just kind of let the game run a little bit here. They've already got the one goal and try to counter. See if they can't get another one. Here it's Fernandez, the goal scorer. Nanshoff will knock it over for Portillos on the far side. Dropped it back to Collins. Nasham. Joko in the middle of the park, dancing with it. I'm sure you're used to seeing that.
Yeah, I think at some point North Carolina FC is going to have to go with a little bit more high pressure just to try to change the dynamic a little bit here in this game.
Left-footed shot, blocked down by Danso, into the edge of the box, chipped, knocked away by Douye, and North Carolina FC manages to clear their lines.
I thought I saw it.
Not too far,
James.
You may have been right, as we may get another look at that one here shortly, but dancing around is Nasham, or Nanchoff, I should say. And now Shaffer, German, in the middle of the park. They drop it up for Fernandez. Now back to Shaffer. He was on the USL Best 11 last year, one of the best players for the Rowdies. And he knocks it long. Headed away by Douye, right back only as far as Jack Blake.
Yeah, North Carolina is going to have to get some more pressure on the back line of Tampa. It's just too easy for him right now.
Yeah, so Deluge will drop it back now for Fortune, and he'll knock one long. Lomas headed away by Collins. Tough challenge there, and we'll send it down to Kelly Glendenning.
Thanks, James. I just want to make a quick hit about both of these teams in preseason. They each were equally successful. NCFC actually went 3-0 in preseason, and in those games, they were shutouts. And so they are not used to playing down by one, and this is going to be interesting to watch how they respond to being behind real quick here with Tampa Bay. Austin Deluge said it perfectly earlier this week that they were just chomping at the bit to play against someone other than their teammates. And so it's going to be interesting to watch here. And Stuart Campbell agreed with everything that Austin was saying about how it's just nice to get all those kinks out in preseason. And Tampa Bay had some time to get those worked out. They had 13 returners, and you'll see here today how they have really settled into their regular groove here nicely. But being down by one will be very, very interesting to see NCFC adapt to being down for the first time since preseason.
Thank you very much, Kelly. Obviously, those 3 clean sheets for North Carolina FC in the preseason. They haven't seen one go into the back of the net yet from the opposition. So see how they respond here in the last 10 minutes or so of this first half, as you see DJ Taylor getting some work in on the ball, and it's out for a throw-in for North Carolina FC as they trail it 1-0, 37th minute. Supporters urging them on here on this St. Patrick's Day. A lot of green in the stands and some green beer for sale as well.
No better way to start the season than with some green beer, you know?
A lot of green on the pitch here today at WakeMed Soccer Park as well, Salem Stadium. They did a nice job getting this pitch ready for the season, as it looks fantastic. It's in great shape. I know you and I were both able to walk out down there a little bit earlier today, and it is in spectacular shape. I know even Coach Campbell from Tampa Bay, as Lomas tried to get on the end of this one, headed away. And Deluge will track it down in this near side corner. Becker lets it run through. Douillet will try to cross it in. Lomas chipped it onto the back post. It's Miller. Blasted into the left side of the net. And North Carolina FC's off and running in the 2018 USL campaign as Miller finds the back of the net to knot us up at 1.
Huge goal there by Stephen Miller to get this thing even right before halftime. Here's the replay. Thibaut Douillet, great ball in. Takes a little bit of a deflection there. Lomas gets a touch on it. And Stephen Miller confidently deposits that one in the back of the net to the far post. Great response from North Carolina FC, but the key there, that touch from Lomas, he just got just enough to throw the defender off, and a good confident finish by Stephen Miller, who's looking like a forward these days instead of a right back.
Amazing, a season ago playing at right back, and North Carolina FC's offensive scheme changed so much, sliding him up to that right midfield wing. And there he opens the scoring, and there he's on the ball again with a takeaway. Miller, a little bit of a heavy touch, and he slides in as Collins knocks it away.
That's the defender part of him coming out right there.
A little heavy.
But he's just done so well. That finish was so confident, took the ball down well, put it in the back post.
Yeah, Lomas getting the assist on that goal, just with a little bit of a heel flick to get it over the defender. And like you said, just perfect amount of weight on that heel flick. But really, you got to give credit to Fortune on the ball, or Douillet, excuse me, on the ball in across there. He saw exactly where he was going, and Becker with the headiness to let it run through to Douillet.
Yep, absolutely. And Douillet hit that thing first time, didn't mess around with taking a touch, got it in the danger area.
Nanshoff on the ball, edge of the box. Deluge takes him down. Free kick, and they point to the spot. It's going to be a PK coming up as Deluge took him down on the edge of the box.
And it looked right on the edge, didn't it?
That was close.
It's hard to see in live time. We'll see it here. It's a great little combination play here from Tampa, just sneaking in on the back post. I think that's outside the box, James. I think it's about a yard outside the box. He falls into the box, but the actual foul from Deluge takes place outside of the area. And the assistant referee is standing not 15, 20 yards away. He's got to be able to help the center referee with that call.
Nasham, the man taken down for Tampa Bay. And obviously North Carolina FC heavily protesting this call, as you see very clearly on the outside of the 18 when he's taken down.
Yeah, and it's where that foul's committed. No matter where the player lands, it's where the foul's committed. Austin Deluge is upset.
Looks like Fernandez to take it. The PK coming up here. Lots of noise coming from those Oak City supporters. The Boneyard back behind Alex Tambakis, standing in against Fernandez. Check that, that was actually Ristoff who hammered it right up the top as Georgie Ristoff gets it in minute number 41 for the free kick, penalty kick on the challenge by Austin Deluge. Looked like it was just outside the box. Jason, tough break going against North Carolina FC here.
We'll see it here. I think the foul's right there on the back heel, the Tampa Bay Rowdies player. I think that's an incorrect call, but a great finish here from Ristoff. Confident penalty right up into the upper part of the goal. No real chance there from Alex Tambakis to get anything on it. But quite a swing here in the last couple minutes. North Carolina FC fought so hard to tie this game back up, and right before half, see Tampa go up 2-1.
Douillet a little bit lackadaisical, getting back on the ball there and almost gave it away. Here's Becker. Gives it up to Deluge. And now Douillet. Back for Harrington.
Been an entertaining first half, though, hasn't it?
Yeah, we have seen some goals. We've seen some guys going forward and some post shots. Becker off the post, Deluge off the post. Footy Danso sending this one a little bit too far. He overcooked that one as Marcel lets it run out for a goal kick. 2-1. Tampa Bay on top of North Carolina here in the USL opener for both teams. You would have to imagine Stuart Campbell in his third year here with the Rowdies very happy with what he's seen from his club here so far in the first half as Marcel knocks it long.
Yeah, I think they've handled this game, you know, being on the road, first game of the season, very well. Got their goal. See North Carolina FC come back and tie it up, but they've been fighting. They've been working very hard, this Tampa Bay Rowdies team. A little fortunate with the penalty.
Sometimes that's what it takes, you know.
Right. You can tell they're an experienced team, though. They know how to play. They know what they're trying to do out there. I think there's a few more goals in this game, too, from both teams.
Early season, you got a lot of guys out there who aren't as familiar with each other, especially on the North Carolina FC side. I think, Jason, how big is communication? How well you communicate as a back line here in this early part of the season when you're really not familiar with each other? How big a role is that going to play here in the second half, you think?
Yeah, it's massive. And the good thing for North Carolina FC is they got some experienced guys back there, but they're still not used to playing with each other. Michael Harrington playing in that center back role where normally he'd be on the outside, on the left side or the right side. He's doing great in there. Just that communication is very, very key.
They've really done a great job shutting down Ristoff. Georgia.
Yeah, he's done nothing except for that penalty.
Yeah, the penalty kick is really his first touch. But Danso and Harrington have done a nice job shutting him down. And you got some younger guys out on the outside with DJ Taylor and Pivo Duye. They've both looked good here in the early going. On for Lomas. Is he going to try to get in the edge of the box? He'll drop it back to Deluge. Great effort there by the forward. Sending it to the back post, headed down by DJ Taylor and saved off the line by Mizell. And Taylor will track it down in that far side corner.
Another really big save there from Cody Mizell. He has been on fire today.
Danso stepping up with it. Drops it up for Fortune. Now Miller trying to send the ball across. Triple teamed, and he'll roll it forward for Dre Fortune, but it just goes out for a throw in for Tampa Bay here as we near the completion of the first half here in minute 45. 2-1 Tampa Bay in front here on Fox 50. Glad to have you along.
I think another thing that'll play a role in this second half as we kind of close in on halftime is a fitness level. These guys are been going through preseason, but the first game of the year, not that it's very warm out here, but the sun's shining. These guys are going to be feeling it in the second half. It'll be key what both these coaching staffs do in terms of substitutions. I already see a few of the players out there.
Hands on the hips.
Effects, yeah,
hands on the hips in this early part of the season. And there's nothing like game speed.
That's right. You just can't replicate it in practice or any fitness type drills.
The extra adrenaline of having all the fans here can really drain you. And it will be 2 minutes of extra time here in this first half. 2-1 Tampa Bay in front of North Carolina FC here in the early going. Remind you, the official hotel partner of North Carolina Football Club is Summit Hospitality Group. Check them out if you ever need a hotel stay in the Triangle area. This ball played forward, and Ristoff can't get on it because Danso hops over him to knock it away. Now Becker will swing it over here to Duye, sending Deluge forward. Good ball, but just a little too much as Deluge trying to come around a defender. Couldn't quite get there, but it'll be a throw in for North Carolina FC. He'll throw it back for Harrington. Flip to Deluge, now into the middle for Smith. He knocks it back for Danso, and he'll retreat into his own end.
Yeah, you can tell with Smith, they're high on Smith being a young player, but you can tell there's still a little bit of nerves, a little bit of awkwardness with him right now. His first professional game, but he's acquainted himself pretty well, but the more he plays, the more comfortable he'll get on the ball and confident.
Super talented player at the college level at South Florida, and got the invite to North Carolina FC Combine. Performed really well, and Colin Clark and the staff really high on him here in the early part of the season. And he gets the nod for the start as Miller chipped it into the box. Lomas trying to blast one away, and it is deflected and stays in. Actually, it will go out for a corner kick, as it'll be another corner kick for North Carolina FC. Let's get excited for another Carolina Keno corner kick brought to you by the North Carolina Education Lottery. Carolina Keno gives you the chance to win up to $100,000 every 5 minutes. Look for Keno in select locations you enjoy spending time, like restaurants, pubs, convenience stores. Visit nclottery.com to find out where you can play Carolina Keno. And that will do it for the first half of play. The Tampa Bay Rowdies 2-1 on top of North Carolina FC. When we come back, we'll update you on the stats and bring you an interview from USL Director Jake Edwards. So glad to have you along here on Fox 50 as the Rowdies lead North Carolina FC 2-1 here in the opener of the USL season for North Carolina FC. James Alverson, Jason Gary, and Kelly Glendenning will be back with halftime. Stick around here on Fox 50.
Here to celebrate on this St. Patrick's Day. The English Carter School of Irish Dance is in its 19th year of delighting audiences around the tribal area with their fast footwork and lively traditional dances. For more about the school, visit RowdieIrishDance.com. And if you'd like to watch them live, they are in the Southwest Concourse over next to section 201 if you'd like to go watch them live or enjoy them here on the video board. Thank you. Make sure you cast your vote for the USL Goal of the Week every Monday evening at USLsoccer.com as the road to the fans' choice USL Goal of the Year continues throughout the season.
Welcome back inside Salem Stadium at Wake Med Soccer Park. 2-1. The visitors on top of North Carolina FC as the Tampa Bay Rowdies have gotten 2 goals in the opening 45 minutes. Welcome back to halftime. I'm James Alverson alongside Jason Gary, and glad to have you along with us today on Fox 50 here this afternoon for the opener of the USL season for North Carolina FC. Stephen Miller finds the back of the net for North Carolina FC. A lot of positive things that we've seen offensively, Jason. But what have you been most impressed by so far in this early going?
I think I've been most impressed with Tampa Bay, the Rowdies, and how they've kind of managed this first game of the year. Very mature performance from them for the first half. They're up 2-1. But good signs from North Carolina FC going forward. I think Kyle Becker's been really good. Obviously, Stephen Miller moving up along that right-hand side, scored a goal. So hit the post a couple times. So more to come from North Carolina FC. But I've been really impressed with Tampa Bay and how they've approached this game.
Yeah, Leo Fernandez with the opening goal for Tampa Bay as he snuck it in with his left foot just underneath Alex Tambakis, the Carolina goalkeeper. And then the penalty kick. A little bit of controversy there as it looked like Austin Deluge took down Nanchoff just outside the box, but they award the PK, and Ristov does what he's capable of doing, slots it right in, and it's 2-1 at the half. So let's take a look at the upcoming schedules for both of these two squads. As you get a look at the upcoming matches, North Carolina FC on the road for their next 2 as they take on the league defending champion Louisville, and then they go to Richmond to take on the Kickers, and then back home on the 7th against the Indy 11. Great opportunity for you to get out and see them in the early season, Jason.
Yeah, I think it's great, too, that kind of renewing these regional rivalries. Going to play Charlotte, so another North Carolina team, and that's going to be awesome to see those fan bases can travel back and forth to these games. I'm really excited to see that.
And as we take a look at the Upcoming schedule for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. They'll take on the Bethlehem Steel FC, one of the great names in the USL, and then they'll take on the defending champions on the road at Louisville. Ottawa Fury, another one of those teams that you would maybe recognize from the NASL days for the North Carolina FC. Then at New York and against the Real Monarchs out in Salt Lake City. So a couple of interesting games coming up for Tampa Bay as well.
Yeah, I think it's interesting they're going to be playing the second teams of the MLS program. So really interesting with the teams like New York and Toronto, and most of the MLS teams are fielding a second team now. So really kind of hit or miss if you're going to get a bunch of teenagers out there playing against you, or if you're going to get kind of the reserve squad from the first team. So game to game, you're not really sure what you can expect to go those places.
A lot of exciting things happening in the USL, and to tell you a little bit more about it, we've got a little halftime feature interview with the president of the USL, Jake Edwards. Take it away.
President of the USL, just getting ready to kick off an exciting 2018 season. Jake, thank you very much for joining us today.
Great, my pleasure.
Jake, it's been another exciting off-season for the USL, and buzz is really picking up as we're getting ready to kick off here. Talk to us about what you're looking forward to the most in 2018 and where the USL is positioning itself in the American soccer landscape.
Yeah, we've worked hard this off-season and the last few years now to create a really great league, but an aspirational league. We look at the leagues around the world and we say we would like to be in the company of some of those top leagues. We're now the second division in the US. We've worked hard to achieve that, and we aspire to be one of the top second divisions in the world. And there's some phenomenal leagues out there to aspire to that we can learn from. But things are going great. It's been a busy off season. We've got some new teams coming on board, some great new owners coming in the league, phenomenal new players coming in the league. And it's going to be by far and away the toughest and most competitive season, but certainly it's the biggest season we've had yet. More games, more teams. We reach more communities, more fans than ever before. So this is another big year for us.
Well, the league this year certainly continues to grow, and we're welcoming 6 new teams to the USL in 2018. What are you looking forward to the most during this kickoff weekend of these teams coming in and the quality of soccer we're going to see across the league?
Yeah, 6 very exciting teams, 2 teams that are already established clubs in Indy 11 and North Carolina. Great pedigree, great fan bases, exciting soccer-specific stadiums, and Atlanta United, the lone team out of MLS coming in this season. Atlanta United breaking all kinds of records as an organization in MLS, doing great things for the sport. Fully anticipate the same for Atlanta United too. And then, of course, our new markets, Nashville and Las Vegas, Fresno. Really exciting new additions to our league, and have done tremendously well in pre-season games so far, well attended. So very much looking to see how those teams and those new fan bases mix in with all the other teams we have in our league.
14,000.
So we lived in Academy.
Back inside Salem Stadium at Wake Med Soccer Park, the Tampa Bay Rowdies leading North Carolina FC 2-1 at halftime. James Alverson, Jason Gary, your broadcast team here on Fox 50. Kelly Glendenning will be along in just a little bit as well as we take a look at those first half stats. And Jason, the thing that stands out is 2-1 on the scoreboard, but North Carolina FC, I think, has had a little bit better of the possession so far.
Yeah, they had a little bit of possession, but shots on goal, we've seen them hit the crossbar and the post. North Carolina FC in that first half. I thought they had some really good moments going forward, but obviously Tampa Bay being very efficient with their shots on goal. But pretty even game on both sides, same possession pretty much. The center forward for North Carolina FC being offside a few times, really the only difference in this thing.
Yeah, you see the one yellow card picked up by Footy Danso there in about minute 27, and of course the 2-1 lead there is Austin Deluge taking down Najum on just on the edge of the 18. Looked like he was actually outside the 18. They award the PK, and Aristoff sends it into the back of the net to put us at 2-1. Tampa Bay Rowdies on top of North Carolina FC here in the opener of the USL season for North Carolina FC. Their first year back in the USL since their early days of the franchise in 2007 all the way through 2009, and now back in the USL with an old familiar foe, the Tampa Bay Rowdies on top, 2-1 at halftime. Second half coming up right after this on Fox 50.
In soccer, every second is monumental. Every moment of the 90 minutes is backed up by months of training, hours of perfecting passes, weeks of tuning your touch. You put in the time searching for your next advantage. We provide the gear that helps you earn it.
Disaster can strike at any moment. But fortunately, Strategic Systems has got your back. If your data has been compromised, disaster recovery services from Strategic Systems will have you up and running in no time. Your data is critical. Protect it.
My name is Clint Dempsey, and I play for Seattle Sounders. If you played on a club team, it gave you an opportunity to get a scholarship in soccer. So going to Dallas, so we lived in Nacogdoches. I went for my first tryout, not really thinking I was going to make it, and ended up making the team. And then it was the reality set in. My parents were like, how are we going to afford this? How are we going to be able to drive 3 hours one way and 3 hours back? I was just lucky that I had parents who were crazy enough to drive me that far to get that coaching. See more at celebratingsoccer.com.
We're back at Wake Med Soccer Park. Salem Stadium is halftime wrapping down as we're getting ready for the second half of the season opener for North Carolina FC as they trail the Tampa Bay Rowdies 2-1. James Alverson alongside Jason Gary. Kelly Glendenning will be back with us a little bit. But it's time for the first half highlights as we take a look at how we got to 2-1. And it opens up with a nice foul earned here by Dre Fortune and a pretty creative free kick coming up from Kyle Becker.
Yeah, it sure was. Great ball on the back post from Kyle Becker. Austin Deluge on the back post. Puts it off that back post. Look how close this is to being in the back of the net. And the follow-up there from Lomas not in. But then here we go. Kyle Becker again just playing that role of creative midfielder there. Almost connecting with Lomas on the back post again. But it was going to be Tampa Bay that broke the deadlock.
On the counter attack here, it's Leo Fernandez. Just gets a little bit of open daylight, and he slots it to the back of the net right underneath Alex Tambakis and right past Harrington. And that broke the ice there as he scored in minute 23. Coming right back on the other side, though, a beautiful ball from Douye, flicked on by Lomas, and into the back of the net is Stephen Miller.
Yeah, great finish by Stephen Miller. Good early ball from Douye. Touched by the center forward, and Stephen Miller deposits that thing on the back post. Confident finish, but here was the moment of the match. with the controversy. There's the foul from Austin Deluge on the Tampa Bay player. It looks outside the box. The referee calls the penalty, and Ristov steps up and smashes in the back of the net to give Tampa Bay Rowdies the lead.
And Ristov hammering it into the back of the net. As you see, head coach Stuart Campbell for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. He's a pretty happy guy with a 2-1 lead here on the road in the opener. As they were not very successful on the road at all last year. And you get a look at Colin Clark heading back to the bench for North Carolina FC in his 7th season as we get ready to start half number 2. And what do you think Coach Clark was wanting to see adjustment-wise there in the first half? I mean, really unfortunate to kind of be down in that 2-1 level, but at the same time, he had to be pretty pleased with a few things in the first half.
Yeah, I think they were pretty good going forward, but just need to be cleaner around the box and take advantage of their opportunities a little bit better. Defensively, just tightening things up. But I think both coaches will be pretty pleased with the first half of the first game of the season. I think there's going to be some fireworks, though, here in the second half. Both these teams. I think North Carolina FC is going to need to press it a little bit more to try to make Tampa Bay more uncomfortable than they made them in the first half.
No halftime changes for either side here in this opener of the season. Trying to work a 1-2 passing play. Drake Fortune a little too heavy for Stephen Miller. And here it goes out for a throw in for Tampa Bay. So Portillo's still on that back left. Neil Collins, Gorski, and Najum, the 4 along the back for Tampa. Up front and attacking for North Carolina FC, Marios Lomas, number 9. You'll see him a little bit. Got that nice ponytail in the back. And the goalkeeper so far, he's really kept Tampa Bay in it. Cody Mizell, as you see him now. And he'll have the goal kick here. Alex Tambakis in goal. The product of Greece. Played for Atlanta United and Sporting KC in the MLS and was on loan with Charleston Battery for a while at USL the last year and a half or so. So ball ping-ponging around a little bit in the midfield, and DJ Taylor is plowed over on the sideline. He'll be out for a throw-in for North Carolina FC. In their home blue uniforms. Blue on the top, white on the bottom. Ball deflected by Fernandez, and Danso heads it forward. Stephen Miller will pull it down and start the possession forward for North Carolina FC here in minute 47 as they trail 2-1. Douye gives it up to Deluge. Deluge slipping it back now for Michael Harrington. Out of North Carolina, but 11-year MLS veteran. Lays the ball forward for Douye, and it runs out too strong for a goal kick.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea there for Michael Harrington just to try to stretch the back line of Tampa Bay. Just hit a little too far there.
Curious what kind of substitutions we may see here in the second half to maybe change the pace of this game, maybe change the flow.
Yeah, just a bit of an unknown. So much changeover from last year. The coaches trying to figure out what substitution patterns will work. Both these coaches kind of starting from scratch here.
Only 8 returners for North Carolina FC, only 13 returning for the Tampa Bay Rowdies from a season ago. Player pool at the D2 level here in U.S. soccer is really compressed a little bit this year, but adding some new teams here at the USL, and it's been a pretty exciting offseason, I would say, for a lot of clubs.
Yeah, just a lot of changeover, changes with NASL. And a lot of players available, but a lot of players got snapped up pretty quickly, and teams, clubs locked them down to new contracts.
Here's Austin Deluge. Nice left-footed ball. The Lomas can't quite get on the end of it as the Rowdies will knock it long and just clear their lines to reset things here as Danso will track it down in the back. Of course, Footy Danso's been with North Carolina FC before. Last time with the club was 2015. He spent 2 years away in Malaysia, and now he's back with the club.
Yeah, you just always know what you're going to get with Footy. He's just reliable, experienced center back, going to organize, talk. Out of Gambia, really nice
addition for North Carolina FC late. He's only been in the club for the last week or so since he got signed. And already in the starting 11 for Colin Clark with Connor Tobin out.
Yeah, I think they're looking forward to that. Getting Connor Tobin back healthy. He's close to being able to play. And him and Footy back there, it's a 2 center back. That partnership, I think, is going to do very well in this league.
That was a really, really solid duo in the middle a couple of years ago here for North Carolina FC. And
it's going to give him an opportunity to do something else with Michael Harrington. He's got experience playing on either side as a left back, right back, or even pushing up a little bit further. So he's going to give them, with his 10 or 11 years of MLS experience, just a guy you can kind of put wherever you want, and he can get the job done.
And that was the thing I think Colin Clark was most excited about when I talked to him a little earlier this week, just the flexibility that he'll have with this crew of players. He's got 3 forwards, Daniel Rios, who we haven't seen yet here today, and of course Lomas, who we have seen, is out there right now putting in work. As the ball played out for a throw-in deep in the Tampa Bay end, and North Carolina FC with an opportunity here. They get it in for Kyle Becker, been the most dangerous player probably so far for North Carolina FC, as Dre Fortune will swing it back for Footy Dancer. Fortune, of course, is a North Carolina FC Academy player. He was the first one to sign with the team in his 2nd season with the club. And here's Fernandez, the goal scorer, the opening goal scorer for Tampa Bay. And he'll slip it back now for Shaffer. Shaffer chipped it off of a man, tripped it off of DJ Taylor, and it trickles all the way back to Tambakis, who'll roll it out for Miller to start it off. Minute 51, 2-1, Tampa on top of North Carolina FC. And North Carolina FC pushing forward now, trying to get the equalizer. Fortune will send it up for Austin Deluge. Now Graham with it in the middle of the park. Graham Smith. Now Stephen Miller on the right side. Crossed in, trying a little overcooked for Lomas. Blasted low by Douye and easily handled by Mizell.
Yeah, Pipo Douye did a great job of reading that play. Took it down off his chest. Just didn't make great contact there with the shot, but left back pitching all the way in, the top of the 18-yard box, being aggressive. I like it.
Long ball forward. Ristoff has it headed away by Douye. Pulled down in the middle by Tampa and Joe Cole. Tampa Bay will switch the play back over here into the defensive end. Content on this 2-1 lead. They really haven't pushed forward too far here in the opening few minutes of the 2nd half.
Yeah, and they're doing what they should be doing. They just can keep some possession here, try to break when they can, but the onus is really on North Carolina FC. So I'm surprised to see they haven't really started any sort of high press yet. It used to be Naz Al-Badawi. He would be the one that forced them to go high press. He would start chasing people around. The whole team would get energized with it. I think at some point we'll see that happen with these guys.
Shaffer pulls it down off his chest. Deflected out for a throw-in for the Rowdies. They'll toss it back in for Blake, and he'll drop it back into the defense for Collins. He'll slip it back to his keeper, as we remind you to make sure you cast your vote for the USL Goal of the Week every Monday evening at USLsoccer.com as the road to the Fans' Choice USL Goal of the Year continues throughout the season. Maybe Stephen Miller's strike in minute 38 may make that list after the nice flick on by Lomas for North Carolina FC. Could be here in the opening week. Or maybe there's some more magic in this one that we have not seen yet.
I think there's some more magic in this one. Dre Fortune there, just again a little nonchalant with that pass. He's really the guy. Young guy had a little kind of a breakout season last year where he started getting playing time in minutes, and let's see what he can do this year.
Portillo on the overlapping run. He's going to dish it up forward for Nanchoff. Crossed in. Tambakis gets a foot on it as he knocks it away as Ristoff had deflected it right on. And the ball goes out of play for a throw-in for the Rowdies, but dangerous opportunity here for Tampa, as you see Tambakis doing a great job keeping that one out of the back of the net.
Yeah, what a waste. What a great ball this is. Ristoff just doesn't make good contact. He's got the whole goal to shoot at, and Tambakis gets in the way there, but really should have been 3-1 here for the Rowdies.
Nanchoff again. Overcooked the cross a little bit to the back post and knocked out of play, as I believe Shaffer was on that one. Actually, that was Joe Cole on that one. Is knocked out off of North Carolina FC. It will be a corner kick for the Rowdies here in minute 55. 2-1 they lead and looking to add to it here.
Yeah, Nanchoff, what a great run there to set up Ristov on that opportunity. Well done there, though, by Alex Tambakis. He had to make the save, put himself in the right spot. But that's what you're going to see from this Tampa Bay Rowdies team. They're going to use those opportunities to break while North Carolina FC is pushing forward.
Corner kick coming. It's going to be an in-swinger. Left-footed shot there. He's got a little bit of a tailwind for this corner kick coming in from the far sideline. Low. Skips into the box. Deflected away. Sent right back in by Jack Blake. Too high as the Englishman puts it out for a goal kick. Great time to remind you, next Saturday, right back out here at Wake Med Soccer Park, Salem Stadium, you can catch the North Carolina Courage in their season opener against the Portland Thorns. 3:30 p.m. kickoff. Should be a great day of soccer. Get your tickets at the box office by calling 919-459-8144, or you can go to nccourage.com. Sent long, right to Austin Deluge. He gets it back to Fortune. He's got some time and space to work with. Gets around a man, lets loose. Too high.
I did so well there, Dre Fortune. Great inside cut, but just doesn't get the strike right from distance. But a good counterattack there. Kyle Becker, Austin Deluge, good combination play. Dre Fortune trailing that one. We've seen him put him in the side netting in the upper 90 there in those types of situations last year.
Mizell sends it out. Headed forward by Ristov, but picked up by Harrington, and he'll chip it back to Tambakis. James Alverson, Jason Gary, your broadcast crew here today. Kelly Glendenning roaming the sidelines, doing stadium host duties as well. As Becker dispossessed there in the midfield by the Rowdies. And a takedown by Dre Fortune will give up a free kick for Tampa Bay.
He's a little frustrated now. Dre, an opportunity to get a strike on goal. He's finding more of the ball, though, in the second half, which I think is an encouraging sign.
Offsides whistled against the Rowdies, and that'll give North Carolina FC a free kick, which is brought to you by Alpaca Peruvian Charcoal Chicken. Looking for Lomas, headed away, as Gorski got in the way of that one. And now a long ball as Tambakis will call off the defenders, track it down himself. Taylor with it on this near side. He'll send it back to Footy Danso. And now over for Harrington. A little bit of sloppy play here in the early season, Jason, as you see maybe minute 58 and legs starting to get a little bit long here in this first game of the season. Been a lot of miles logged already in the first half. We saw some end-to-end action.
Yeah, I think that both these teams are going to be laboring a bit here in the last 30 minutes, 35 minutes or so of this game. First real live action of the season. On a big field, too. This Wake Midfield, it's a big field. It's
full size.
Yeah, sometimes you play in some of these smaller stadiums around these leagues, and it's not nearly as big as this guy.
So it'll be the Rowdies working out of the back here. Slipping it up to Nasham. He gives it up to Nanchoff. Circling back into his own end. Bang it long. Douye pulls it down for North Carolina FC. Harrington will give it up to Danso. Austin Deluge, the captain, Sends it back now to Duya. Awesome off-season announcement for North Carolina FC as well, to be bringing the U.S. men's national team back to Cary, as they'll be here on the 27th of March, 7:30 p.m. They take on Paraguay. Last time they were here in Cary was a 1-1 draw against Jamaica 12 years ago. And they've trained here obviously in 2002 and 2006, but it'll be great to see the guys in the Stars and Stripes get back out on this pitch here at Cary, with Paraguay coming to town on the 27th of March.
Yeah, that's exciting. I mean, if you're a soccer fan in the Triangle, you got to get out to that game. Come on. The national team up close and personal in an environment like this.
It will be a fantastic outing, a fantastic show for soccer lovers here in the Triangle, as Tampa Bay getting back on the ball here as they roll it up for Nanshoff. Deflected back, and they'll just hold it in their own defensive end here. 60th minute, 2-1. Tampa Bay on top of North Carolina FC in the USL opener for both teams. Sending it long for Fernandez. He's already got one goal. Gets on this one. Can he save it in? They say he did, and it's deflected out by DJ Taylor for a corner kick.
You see it here. I think he does keep this in. Let's see. Boy, that's close, isn't it?
Very, very close.
As close as it can get. Let's see, both teams have been pretty terrible on their corner kicks so far this game. Let's see if Tampa Bay can do anything a little bit better here.
Nanshoff into a headwind. Outswinging corner headed by Collins. Ball bouncing around as Cole tries to get on it. And he'll take it into the far side corner. Circling back now. Pushing off and sending across into the box. Collins there again, headed away. A deflection taken, and North Carolina FC with Stephen Miller pull it down. Fortune gives it back to Duye. And an opportunity to go forward as Deluge gets a deflection. Sends it up for Becker. He's got time and space. Crossing it over for Miller. Already with one goal. Can he finish again? No. Send it wide. A great counterattacking opportunity for North Carolina FC, but Miller can't quite put it on frame, and now he's down, stretching out a little bit of a cramp.
Yeah, well done from Deluge here. Becker, look at this outside of the right foot. What a ball that is. Stephen Miller, good first touch here. It just doesn't get the technique quite right there. Only an opportunity maybe to try to sneak it near post around Marcel.
Got to put that one on frame when you get it to the box there.
You're right, James. Just anything on frame, make the goalkeeper make a save. But what a great counterattack there. And the outside of the football.
Beautiful ball by Becker.
Becker, unbelievable.
He's been spectacular here today for North Carolina FC. Had one post already. Had a nice cross that could have been a goal if Lomas had just been able to just get anything on it. It skipped right over the top of his foot.
Yeah, they're getting exactly what they hoped for from Kyle Becker after signing him.
USL's official Twitter feed keeps you up to date with news, live game updates, and highlights from around the league 24/7. Follow at USL on Twitter. DJ Taylor with it here for North Carolina FC. Taylor was the second North Carolina FC Academy signee. And he's had a nice showing here at right back so far today. Austin Deluge with it now, gets it up for Lomas. Little bit of a long-legged touch there as Duye was trying to run onto it, and now here comes Tampa Bay with a chance. Pushing it forward, taken down from behind, and Lomas going to be fortunate if he does not get a card here. Nanshoff taken down again. From behind this time as we get a look at it here.
Yeah, credit to Lomas for chasing down, but that's a foul for sure. It's a tough one there for Nanshoff because he falls into the very hard knees there of Footy Danzo. Caught one in the head.
Caught a foot in the right knee and a left knee to the head. It's pretty rough. Rough break there, but Lomas fortunate to get away with only a talking to.
Yeah, but all these opportunities for Tampa to kind of kill the game a little bit, take their time, catch their breath, get organized defensively. They've got some guys that can do some damage on a free kick. This one's pretty far out, but
make it a little easier to get it up and down over the wall, that's for sure. Here with the 64th minute. Not sure who's going to take this one.
Shaffer with that left foot. It's well
tried to work a little. Well done by North Carolina FC. Graham Smith just getting in there and disrupting that set play.
Yeah, he read that thing. You can tell they were trying to set up Shaffer with that left foot. Graham Smith more alert than the rest of the players around him.
Yeah, he's a South Florida Bull product from right there in the Tampa Bay area.
He looks like a scrapper, doesn't he? He's kind of
low
to the ground, a little bit shifty there. Covers the ground, low shin guards as well. You know, he's got the whole look going. It's defensive midfielder.
Been fun to watch him so far here today in his first professional game. We do have a substitution coming here for North Carolina FC. Looks like it's going to be Daniel Rios, maybe for Lomas.
Well done there from Fortune. Great feet from him.
Taylor on it, up for Miller. Miller sending it in for Fortune. He manages to hang it up there in the edge of the box, and it's cleared away by Shaffer. Over for Deluge, and now back to Douillet. Dropped it for Smith. He'll send the ball to the right side. Got Fortune. And now Taylor. Taylor trying to cross it in. Lomas headed on by Becker, just over the bar. Kyle Becker all over the goal today and all over the field. And that one out for a goal kick. And it will bring us to our first substitution of the game. And another look at this one.
Yeah, great ball here from DJ Taylor. I like the early ball into the box, and Kyle Becker just trailing the play. I thought that was going to find its way in the upper 90, but just over the crossbar. See Becker there, just making himself dangerous for this North Carolina FC team.
Being replaced by number 14, Daniel Rios.
Daniel Rios on, a 6'1" striker. 185 pounds on loan from Chivas Guadalajara. Had successful runs in the Mexican League, and now here at North Carolina FC getting his first minutes, as we'll have an alpaca Peruvian charcoal chicken free kick to get us back started.
Yeah, and Rios is a pure center forward. He's going to be asked to work. You can already see him on the ball. He's very mobile, but he's a big guy too. He can hold the ball up.
Miller working hard, gives it up to Fortune. Slipped it forward for Rios. He's on. Could not slide it underneath Mizell.
Oh, he just gets onto the field and a great chance. Dre Fortune again, excellent footwork to slip Rios in. Oh, I just needed to chip it up over him. Mizell again, though. How many saves is that from him? 4 or 5?
Easily.
Good saves from the goalkeeper.
That was a big one right there to keep it 2-1 Tampa Bay. On top of North Carolina FC, Daniel Rios out for the first time for the guys in blue. And here's Taylor working hard with Miller on this corner. Becker lets it run through for Rios. Getting a few touches on the ball, getting comfortable, and sends it back to DJ Taylor. He'll look for him again. Crossover for Deluge. Deluge sends it up now for Douillet. Can send a cross in. Long all the way back to Stephen Miller. On the ground, Rios had it knocked away from in front of him, as that was another opportunity for North Carolina FC. Tell you what, if Collins doesn't get a foot on that one, Rios is right on the doorstep.
That's right, it's good sustained pressure too from North Carolina FC. Keeping the ball in the Tampa Bay Rowdies half. Great ball.
Rios again. Chipped it forward. There's DJ Taylor. Can he get a foot to it? Left-footed swinger, and it's saved by Mizell.
They just can't solve him, can they, James?
3 or 4 chances he's standing on his head back in the crease there. It's almost like a hockey goalkeeper, you would think, the way that he's saving things.
And these are one-on-one opportunities, too. These are...
Douillet, Fortune, right to the keeper, Mizell. He swallows it up. That another shot on goal, but not really all that dangerous compared to the last 3 chances we've seen.
Yeah. These are one-on-one opportunities with the goalkeeper. Cody Mizell is making the saves.
Mizell boots it long to relieve some pressure. North Carolina FC right back on the ball as Smith sends it back to Danso. Good time to remind you, next home game for North Carolina FC is April 7th against Indy 11. 7 p.m. start. Get your tickets at the box office by calling 919-459-8144 or go to northcarolinafc.com. Still great seats available for the second home game here of the 2018 USL season. Tampa gets back on it. And they'll go to work. Najm giving it up into the middle for Blake. And back it goes for Gorski. He'll send it over for Neil Collins. 3 guys from the New York area on this back 4 for Tampa. And this one crossed in, knocked away by Harrington as Danso will clean it up. You got Najm from Livingston, New Jersey. New Jersey, pretty much anything's on the fringes of New York. And then you got 2 guys from New York City proper, Hunter Gorski and Zach Portillos on this back 4 for the Rowdies. Rios on it now for North Carolina FC, looking for somebody to drop it off to, and he'll drop it to Smith. Sends it to the near side for Miller, the goal scorer for North Carolina FC. Taking it into the middle, dropped it back to Smith. He'll cross it up over now for Deluge, edge of the box, left foot, dangerous, gets it up and headed away. Smith going in, tough challenge as both players go down in a heap, and Tampa Bay will come out with the ball as Taylor, pretty soft challenge there to go down. And we will see a substitution here for Tampa Bay as you get a look at this challenge. Really not much in this for me.
Yeah, I think Taylor there, just in his back a little bit, but pretty easily going down there. Is that Fernandez?
Yeah, that's Fernandez down.
He's been going down a little easy today, hasn't he?
So it looks like we are going to have our first Rowdy substitution of the day. Sebastian Guinzotti coming on. As we do have some Fernandez still down. Fans giving him a hard time as Guinzotti is going to be the substitution. He's in his 2nd season in Tampa Bay. He joined the Rowdies mid-season in 2017 after playing 4 seasons with the New York Cosmos. Nanshoff going to be coming off. So front man for front man.
Yeah, I think Nanshoff's had a pretty good game too. He's been dangerous, been aggressive. Set up Ristoff for that great chance here in the 2nd half. But Guinzotti's going to bring some energy. Just Tampa Bay here, an opportunity to kind of catch their breath. They've been absorbing a lot of pressure from North Carolina FC. See Coach Stuart Campbell, he's trying to figure out if he needs to take Fernandez's goal scorer off or he's going to be all right.
So Guinzotti in. Fernandez is going to come off for a short time at least. They do have Roseboom up. Seems like he's ready to go as well, but Fernandez, I think, just buying some time for himself.
Making their first change, Tampa Bay Rowdy substitution, leading the game, number 23.
They've done a pretty good job of wasting 3 or 4 minutes here in this whole.
Replaced by number 13, Sebastian Guinzotti, in the 73rd minute of play.
So Guinzotti from Montevideo, Uruguay on after 4 seasons with the New York Cosmos in the NASL, joining Tampa last year about midway through in his 2nd season with the club, and he's on for Michael Nanshoff.
Come on, Nan, come on. Come on. Get him on. Wait, no, come on.
They'll drop it all the way back to Portillos, and I'm sure we'll see a little bit of added time here in the 2nd frame as Tampa trying to get on to the end of this one at the edge of the box, and Harrington there to clean it up as Douye had gone down. Pops back up, and now he's on the ball for North Carolina FC. Dre Fortune working, dropping it back now for Tambakis. Miller going up for the challenge, and Miller's basically going to win that challenge as it's on to Becker. Becker with some time and space to work, trying to get it on, and sends it all the way over for Deluge. Rios into the middle. And that's just a situation where guys haven't worked together a whole lot. Rios only been in camp about 10 days, and nobody real sure where they were going to be is now Joe Cole sitting down on the pitch in a veteran move.
Yeah, I think he's been laboring here for the past 10 or 15 minutes. He's certainly an older player. It might take him a little bit longer to get into game shape here.
So we are going to see another substitution here, and it is going to be for Cole. And the substitution is going to be Lance Rosaboom.
Coach, you got me this time.
So Rosaboom coming on for Cole, as now the veteran Englishman coming off, Rosaboom coming on.
Yeah, Joe Cole had some moments in this match, but pulling up a little lame here, 75 minutes or so in.
A lot of miles on the tires there.
Absolutely.
Recognize him obviously from his days in Chelsea and the English Premier League, and first season in Tampa Bay for Lance Rosaboom as he comes in. Spent previous 2 seasons with the Ottawa Fury. He's also played with the Austin Aztecs, Rochester Rhinos, DC United, and product of the University of New Mexico. So North Carolina FC getting back underway here in the 76th minute. 2-1 Tampa Bay leading North Carolina FC here in the USL opener. On play here, Sebastian Guinzotti has it knocked away by Tambakis, and it goes out for a throw for the Rowdies. So a dangerous moment there as fresh legs Guinzotti just about got on the end of that ball. But Tambakis off the line quickly for that one, and it will be a substitution coming in. Luke Spacher coming in for the captain, Austin Deluge.
Put your hands together for number 6.
Yeah, I think this is an opportunity to get some fresh legs onto the field. Luke Spacher's he's gonna right into that midfield spot for Austin Deluge, then on the left-hand side.
Luke Spacher on, Austrian national, a little bit more of an attacking forward or attacking midfielder. In for Deluge, the captain. And he passes the armband off for Stephen Miller.
And we'll see if there's any sort of formation switch from Coach Colin Clark. Rios is kind of up there on an island right now. You want to wonder if they go to a situation where they push another forward up there, push Becker up there, or potentially Dre Fortune.
Becker's been the most dangerous North Carolina FC player here today. And a giveaway at the back there by Harrington. Knocked away. Douye wins it back for North Carolina FC, and here's Dre Fortune. Smith challenging, gets it back as it deflects to Denso. Now Taylor giving it a good run up the near side here. He's got time and space. Becker does a nice job to win the ball there, and now Miller swinging it. Heavy-legged touch there as it doesn't find Rios, and now to go out for a throw-in for North Carolina FC. Becker will just drop the ball. He'll leave it there. A throw-in coming for Taylor. 78th minute, 2-1 Tampa in front here in the USL opener at WakeMed Soccer Park, Salem Stadium. Ball played out, and it'll be a corner kick.
Yeah, good opportunity here. We talked earlier, these corner kicks have not been very effective for North Carolina FC so far, but Kyle Becker an opportunity to do a little better here.
The corner kick brought to you by the North Carolina Education Lottery, Carolina Keno. Carolina Keno gives you the chance to win up to $100,000 every 5 minutes. And the kick taken, Taylor has it deflected, and Mizell comes up to pick it off.
Again, they haven't been able to clear that first defender on the near post with any of these corner kicks.
More information about Carolina Keno, sponsors of our corner kicks. Visit North Carolina or nclottery.com to find out where you can play Carolina Keno. Tampa Bay surviving those corner kicks, which have been mostly ineffective today here on this St. Patrick's Day. They'll drop it back now for Harrington, and he's dispossessed quickly. Denso doing a nice job to try and clean it up. Some very physical play there in the midfield. And now they'll spring a man forward. Guinzotti gets on the end of it at the box. Tambakis gets a foot on it and knocks it away and screams at his defenders, where are you? Taylor now working against Fernandez. Fernandez into the edge of the box. Cross all the way through. nobody home for Tampa Bay, and it stays 2-1 as it rolls out for a North Carolina FC throw-in here in minute 79.
Yeah, it's a great save again here. Tabakis, good foot save there, cuts off his near post. And then right after that, Fernandez put a great ball in right across the face of the goal. No one there from Tampa Bay to put it in the back of the net and end this game.
Just nobody home. Ball sent long, offside, whistled.
There's a good line there from Danzo and Michael Harrington.
Georgie Ristoff whistled for the offsides there. 2-1. North Carolina FC looking for this equalizer here in their home opener of the USL season. Remind you, the USL's official Facebook page brings you the best from across the league with news, highlights, and interactive features. Like the USL on Facebook to get the league's best content delivered to you. James Alverson, Jason Gary, your broadcast crew here on Fox 50 today. As a cheap takedown there as Pibo Douye takes down a man. And it'll be another free kick and some more time-wasting opportunity for Tampa Bay. Ball sent long. Taylor will track it down. And an offside whistle against Ristoff again.
Ristoff's either tired or he just doesn't care about being offsides right now.
I guess you have that luxury when you're up 2-1, right?
That's right. He's got his goal as well. He's a quality striker.
Here's Becker. Gets it up for Miller. What can he do with it? Sends it to the back post. Nobody there. Fortune chasing it out as it rolls out for a goal kick.
Yeah, it's the right idea from Stephen Miller. It's a really good ball in there. Just not quite connecting with Rios or Dre Fortune.
Really have to like what you've seen out of Kyle Becker there today. Dre Fortune's looked good in spots. Miller, of course, with the goal. And so far in the 10 minutes or so we've seen Daniel Rios, he's had some nice touches as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the story of the game so far is they've had plenty of opportunities to score a few more goals. But a combination of poor finishing and Cody Mizell's goalkeeping has prevented that from happening for North Carolina FC.
Scoring opened up in the 23rd minute with a Leo Fernandez goal as the Brazilian broke the ice here, made it 1-0 Tampa Bay. Stephen Miller answered back. Nice backheel deflection from Marios Lomas, who's been replaced by Daniel Rios already. And Stephen Miller finished it in the 38th minute to knot us up at 1. And then a somewhat controversial penalty kick awarded to Tampa Bay in the 41st minute. Georgie Ristoff put it in straight down the middle, and it is 2-1. We have not seen any scoring here in the second half. Lots of opportunities, but no scoring here at Wake Med Soccer Park so far here today. Rios will give it chase all the way back here, knowing they've got to hurry things along. Ball will hang up there and headed forward by Ristoff. When Zadi gives chase, it goes out for a throw-in for Douye and North Carolina FC. He'll take it quickly. That's Luxbacher working with it there. Sent long. Rios can't get on the end of it as Luxbacher takes down a Rowdy defender. And it'll be a free kick for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, just no reason, though, for the foul there for Luxbacher. Just stand the guy up, force him to take the ball down. He's right here. There's just no reason to get through the back of him. He's going nowhere. He's against the sideline.
Luxbacher, another one of those new faces to North Carolina FC, came in on an invite-only combine trial and managed to win a spot on the team, Austrian national. A little bit more of an attacking bent for him, usually from his midfield spots. Danso send it forward, headed down. And Tampa Bay with Shaffer on the ball. He was one of the USL best 11 last year. And he sends it back. He's been somewhat quiet here today, Jason.
Yeah, they just haven't played the ball through the midfield very often. Usually they're moving that ball through the center of the field where he plays a prominent role, but mostly it's been attacking down the wings and over the top.
Nice ball there from Shaffer. It'll go out for a goal kick.
Yeah, well done there by DJ Taylor, sliding in. Good block, forcing the ball off. Watch this hustle from DJ Taylor. Preventing the cross, the ball goes off the Tampa Bay Rowdies player, off for a goal kick. Excellent work by the right back.
Putting the effort in here late in the game, minute 84. Tambakis sends this one long, looking for Miller. Knocked down by Portillos. And now Taylor tied up. It'll be a free kick for the Rowdies. Taylor was tied up with 2 men down on the pitch.
So what, Fernandez for Tampa Bay has been pretty active. Obviously got the goal in the first half. He's going down a little easily, but he's been very active. He's getting on the ball. He's been a dangerous force for this Tampa Bay Rowdies team.
Shaffer will take it here, minute 85. I'm sure we will see plenty of extra time. So not close to done here yet from Salem Stadium at WakeMed Soccer Park. Knocked out off North Carolina FC. It'll be a Rowdies throw. Reminder, North Carolina FC back in action here at WakeMed Soccer Park April 7th against the Indy 11, 7 p.m. kick. Tickets at northcarolinafc.com, or you can call the box office 919-459-8144. So Miller throw it back in for Taylor here. Guys in blue need to push it forward here. Down 1. Douye. Fortune. Now for Graham Smith. A little miscommunication between the lines there. And Tampa Bay will take it over. Guinzotti doing great work there.
Tampa's just looking for one more break. North Carolina FC, they've got to raise the pressure. They've got to raise their intensity level here, especially when the ball turns over.
8 for 11.
Saw a couple of game-changing minutes for Rios there as he first entered and really been quiet since then. No sustained pressure in the last 8 or 9 minutes for North Carolina FC. As Smith taken down. The Rowdies win it back. Rios looking for a call, not going to get one. And the Rowdies will push it. Fernandez. Gets it up now for Shaffer. Long cross onto the end of it. It's Ristoff into the edge of the box looking for help. Trying to get it. Guinzotti knocked down and saved by Tambakis. Guinzotti robbed again by the Greek goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's a great save. It's kind of an awkward play. It's like who from Tampa Bay wanted to score there?
Somebody get involved in the play, right?
Yeah, but Tampa Bay's handling this really well when they get possession.
Playing keep away.
Keeping it, you know, and getting that ball over the top when they get in trouble, chasing it down.
Guinzotti, hard work there on the sideline, but it goes out off of him. And it'll be a throw in for North Carolina FC, 87th minute, 2-1, and another sub coming on. It'll be Joachim Graf coming on, and he'll be swapping in for Leo Fernandez.
11.
This one.
Come on, let's go.
Forward for forward as well. But Fernandez has put in the miles here today. Got the goal in the 23rd minute to get us off and running.
Yeah, the fans are letting him hear it a little bit. But I thought he's had an excellent game for Tampa Bay. Got his goal, been active. Skillful in that left-handed forward position for the Rowdies.
Joachim Graf on for Tampa. Rios. Now Douye flipping it up for Rios again. Gives it back to Fortune. Harrington will have to run back and chase that one down.
Yep, need a little bit more urgency from North Carolina FC right now.
See what looks like maybe 5 minutes of extra time going on the board. Hard to say. Haven't seen anything official yet. I could certainly understand that, as much time as we've seen wasted here in the second half. Shaffer trying to get around Taylor. Nice work by Taylor to knock it out. 89th minute. And we are going to see another substitution on for North Carolina FC. Julito Fernandez coming on, and coming off is going to be Michael Harrington. Nice work from him today. They've done a really nice job keeping Georgi Ristoff
Michael Harrington.
As Harrington and Danso have really combined well to shut him down for the most part today.
And they're bringing on Julito. He's going to go up top with Rios, see if they can scrap together a goal here to tie this thing up in extra time.
Here's Julito Fernandez, and played back now. Jochen Graf taking a run. Crossed, looking for Graf, punched away, and he just missed, knocking that one in the back of the net as
he can't believe he missed it.
Tambakis clanged it off of his hand. It goes out for a goal kick, and North Carolina FC fortunate to survive here.
A couple deflections here, but Graf there just on the doorstep. Totally shanks that one outside the post. Don't get really an easier chance than that in a pro game.
Fortune now in the middle of the park here as we are in the 90th minute. Danso sending it long. Booted away by the Rowdies. Guinzotti gets on it. He's got time and space to work. He can kill some time. Sends it back into the middle. Blake takes a shot, and he hammered it home in the 90th minute. Jack Blake from Nottingham, England, makes it 3-1 Tampa Bay with an absolute laser.
Yeah, this is a heck of a strike from Jack Blake here. Watch this. No one wants to come on to me. Fine, I'll take a strike. Boom, into the side netting. Great strike to seal this game for Tampa Bay, but Blake, what an effort from him, from the center midfielder. He had right into the side netting.
He had that dangerous cross that Graf shanked. Blake decided to do it himself there in the 90th minute, and that will make it very difficult for North Carolina FC despite getting 5 minutes of added time here on opening day. It's 3-1 Tampa Bay.
Yeah, it was a bit of a letdown, isn't it? Kind of the air is coming out the stadium. But what a strike from Blake.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth official has indicated a minimum of 5 minutes of added time in the second half. 5 minutes.
So it'll be Miller sliding it forward. Knocked out of play. Throw in for North Carolina FC. Seen some promising things here from the guys in blue so far today, Jason, but really just not enough finish.
Yeah, just not clean enough in the attacking third for me.
Jack Blake, the assist on that goal from number 13.
Becker headed away. Douye going to clean it up there at the back, push forward. He'll take a long crack, speculative opportunity that'll go up and out of the stadium.
Yeah, I think Coach Colin Clark, assistant coach DeJuan Bader, they're going to be finishing all week because I think they created enough chances to get the victory here today. But credit to Tampa Bay, just a mature performance, and they got their third goal kind of on a counterattack there. And they're going to walk out of here, looks like, barring something heroic, with a victory in their first game of the season.
Remind you, next Saturday, the North Carolina Courage open up their season at home against the Portland Thorns at 3:30 p.m. right here at Wake Med Soccer Park at Salem Stadium. Tickets still available. Go to nccourage.com or call 919-459-8144. Becker deflected it away, and now the Rowdies with another opportunity here. Slide forward for Ristoff, and he pounded it off the outside of the netting. As he had that one teed up for him right on and about 10 yards away.
Yeah, we sure did. Coach Stuart Campbell on the sideline here is just screaming at his players to get back, get back.
North Carolina FC next Saturday, they'll be on the road at Louisville, the defending USL champions. They were 1-0 winners in the playoff final against Swope Park Rangers last year. North Carolina FC, 3 o'clock kickoff at Louisville next Saturday as well. So Colin Clark and North Carolina FC will try to regroup. This one booted away and cleaned straight up into the air. Rios bringing it down for Becker. He'll have a crack. Curling wide. 3-1 still here. We're about 94th minute, probably about a minute and a half left or so here. James Alverson, Jason Gary, your broadcast crew, Kelly Glendenning, Got to thank all of our crew: Joe Ferrara, Savannah Ravella, Colin Thrash, Ian Lang, Brian Ware, Matt McCullough, Peter Fortunato, Alex Williams, and of course, the impressive and always hardworking Kyle Lang in the truck. Getting things done today for this 3-1 Tampa Bay Rowdies victory, it looks like here, as we're about a minute away from wrapping things up on Fox 50. Jason, you got any thoughts here? Pushing forward, obviously going to work on finishing, but you have to be impressed by what you've seen from Tampa today.
Yeah, I think Tampa is going to be a contender to win this USL League. North Carolina FC as well, they got to mesh a little bit better. They got to be cleaner in front of goal.
Miller, another opportunity for him. Low along the ground and saved by Mizell. He's been fantastic today in goal. About 8 or 9 saves at this point.
Yeah, he's been excellent. But for North Carolina FC, it's got to get this team to gel together, be a little bit cleaner, more clinical on the attacking side. I think defensively they got a few things to work out, but I think they're going to be okay defensively. It's just the big question is where are the goals going to come from? We saw good signs from Kyle Becker today, but really which forward is going to establish themselves as that true number 9 goal-scoring threat remains to be seen.
Ball played out. Quick throw in here by North Carolina FC. Becker, Miller across it in, deflected away. And that should about do it. As Tampa Bay Rowdies win the opener over North Carolina FC 3-1 here at Salem Stadium at Wake Med Soccer Park. James Alverson, Jason Gary, Kyle Lang, our whole crew, thank you for watching here today on Fox 50 as North Carolina FC falls 3-1 in their home opener in the USL. Our time's up. We thank you for yours.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.
On the 24th, that's next weekend, here at Salem Stadium.